What's up, my soldiers? It's Wobbly Yonder, and one of the most stressful parts of my journey into the Air Force was running. It was learning how to run, learning my body, learning the techniques, learning the skills, the nutrition. It all had to be learned because I didn't really run that much in high school or my whole life, to be honest. Now, to graduate BMT, you don't have to be Usain Bolt, you don't have to be the fastest person out there, but you do have to be able to run at least about 3 to 4 miles at a time. That's something I wasn't capable of, and it's something I had to learn by myself. I'm sure some of you all have some issues as well, so hopefully this video can help you out. Excuse the planes and the trains and everything, all the noise in the background. I tried to find the quietest place I could. This is it. The number one tip that I can give you all that everybody knows, but is still forgotten in a lot of cases, is that working out and running begins and ends with nutrition. You have to think about your body like it's a car. Your car's not gonna go anywhere without fuel, neither are you. I have a very simple breakfast. It gets me the nutrients I need and it's very easy to make. I have an egg white omelet with toast, oatmeal, and orange juice every single morning. My egg white omelet takes about 5 minutes to make. I also include spinach and some string cheese, and it's very good, very healthy for you. The egg whites and the cheese give you your protein and dairy. Your spinach gives you vitamins A and K, and it's a great way to fill up those nutrients. The toast is a great source of carbohydrates, which is going to give you all the energy you need throughout your day. And the almond butter is going to give you lots of protein and healthy fats that you also need. Remember that you actually need fats. You have to have that to survive. You don't just cut all your fats out of your diet. But there's a difference between almond butter fat and fat from a cheeseburger, a double, triple quarter pounder from McDonald's. Another source of carbohydrates for me is my instant oatmeal. I have just basic protein. It takes a minute, literally 60 seconds to make this with some silk almond milk. I don't actually use cow's milk. Sorry, no, this is actually Blue Diamond, but I actually use almond milk instead of using regular milk or water. Tastes exactly the same. I'll have a little bit of orange juice sometimes, maybe about a half a cup. It's not that much. This is because orange juice is actually really high in sugar, and I try to cut down my sugar as much as I can. With my breakfast, I also drink at least 1 or 2 bottles of water before my run. Now, some people, they don't want to stock up on a bunch of food before they exercise. I understand that, but you want to put something on your stomach, some type of carbohydrate and water to get you throughout your run. When you work out without food, your blood sugar is going to drop. You're going to basically be burning off your fat. You're not going to have a whole lot of energy throughout your exercise. So it's definitely a good idea to get your carbs in early in the morning when you have time to burn it out throughout the day. You don't have to cut out all your carbs in your diet. You don't have to cut out all your fats in your diet. Usually I also eat a banana or something like that, or extra fruits and vegetables in the morning as well. So you always have to keep in mind nutrition and hydration. Hydration is a part of nutrition. Every part of your body needs water, and when you are dehydrated, that means if you are just even slightly thirsty, that means your body is lacking that nutrient. Technically, water isn't a nutrient, but you get my drift. So my biggest tip besides just eating well is to also drink well. Drink water and cut out any soda. Hydration doesn't start 5 minutes before your workout. It doesn't start 10 minutes, a half hour, an hour before. Hydration is a continuous thing. You have to constantly drink throughout the day. At night, you have to drink as much water as you can. I know you're gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I do it all the time, but hey, when I wake up in the morning, I feel great. I never have headaches. I never really get sick that often. That's because I'm constantly hydrated. Here's a few tips about drinking water. You don't want to just chug down a big gallon of ice cold water because that's going to sit in your stomach. Your body has to warm it up because it's not going to just send out cold water to your extremities. That's going to send you into hyperthermia. You're going to die. So your body knows that, and it's going to keep it inside your stomach and hold it there until it reaches a certain point called homeostasis and everything gets nice and warmed up. Then it'll start sending water out to your body. You don't want to just let it sit there because it's not going to be any of use when you start working out. It's just going to sit there in your gut. And you ever start running with water in your stomach, that doesn't feel too good, does it? So you want to try to drink cool or room temperature water. That's what I try to do. Some people have different methods of reaching their hydration goals. Some people have a big gallon of water. They'll put marks on it, and throughout the day they have to reach a certain mark by a certain time. Here's how I drink water. Other people might do it differently, but at night I'll drink as much water as I physically can. I'll go to bed. Sometimes I gotta wake up at night to go to the bathroom. Usually I don't though. I wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom, then I drink some more water, and then I head out to go to the gym to work out. Before I start running, I'll just take sips of water. I won't drink that much because I don't want too much in my stomach. And I'll start running. After a couple of miles or so, I'll get thirsty again. I'll stop, drink some more sips, keep running. Now I'm about to go into the specifics of breathing and form. And I'm not just talking out of my ass here. I was a PTL for the Air Force, which is basically when people fail their PT test, they send them to this program, and there's a bunch of leaders. It's physical training leaders, and we basically just mentor people. We work out with them. It's basically like personal trainers for the Air Force. We got to go through certifications and classes and CPR lessons and all that good stuff. So I'm not just some dude on the internet. I got certifications. So when you exercise, your body needs three things. It needs oxygen, glucose, and water. You have to get water from hydrating. You need to get glucose from your carbohydrates and your sugars when you eat food, and you need your air from breathing. So if I go ahead and eat a double quarter pounder before I go run, I'm not gonna have a great workout because I'm not getting the nutrients I need. If I don't go and hydrate before I work out, I'm not gonna have a great workout because I'm gonna be dehydrated. And if I don't breathe correctly, my body is going to be starved of oxygen and I will not be able to perform properly. So you have to treat oxygen as that third nutrient in your body. You can control your glucose, you can control your water. How do you control your oxygen? I can give you a few different tips on breathing because this helped me tremendously when I was training. Step one, in your nose and out your mouth. It may seem weird at first to breathe that way. It may seem a little odd. You may feel like you're not getting as much oxygen and you kind of just want to huff and puff and breathe out your lungs and breathe out your lungs. You just want to breathe out your mouth all the time, but that's going to really hyperventilate you. You're going to get too much oxygen. There is a thing as too much oxygen. You have to have a good balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in your body. This is how I do it. Every 2 steps I breathe in, the next 2 steps I breathe out. It's just that simple. I do that tip and it helps me a lot. I really need to get one of those little fuzzy things for the top of my camera, so when it's windy like this outside, I can still record it and it's not terrible for the audio. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad in this one. I don't think it's that windy, but it might be a little buffeted. But anyways, that pretty much covers up that. My next tips are for form. So form is extremely important when you're exercising, when you're running, as well as when you're lifting weights. You don't want to hurt yourself and you don't want to use too much unnecessary energy. That's the biggest thing I've seen. When I was a PTO, I would have to watch these people. I don't know where they learned how to run, how they managed to do that, how it doesn't hurt. The forms and the way people will be twisting up their bodies when they're running, it just makes no sense, and that's why they're failing. I can tell you right now, if you fix your form, if you have good form when you're running, if you get your nutrients right, if you breathe correctly, you will have no issue running. If you're a healthy human being, you should have no problem. So these are people who I've seen people run like this. I've seen even worse than that. I was too embarrassed to record myself doing this in the gym to actually show you guys everything. But the first person, you got the shuffler. The shuffler is the guy who has his neck crooked. It's like looking down at the ground. He's just kind of like shuffling around. He looks like an old man. He looks like he dropped his Twinkie and he lost it or something like that. I don't know why people run like that. It cuts off your airway. You lose a lot of air. I can't even talk appropriately like that because not enough air is getting out or coming in. When you run, keep your head elevated, keep it above your body, keep your chin level with the ground, look straight ahead. The next one is the swinger, the swayer. Some people, they swing their arms side to side, they wave side to side, their legs are crisscrossing, their legs are all up in the air, like nothing's really straightforward. You want to kind of make your body look like a circle. Make it look like as much as a wheel as possible. Just smooth, free-flowing, straightforward. Keep your arms forward and aligned with your body. You know, a little bit of crossing's fine. I cross up a little bit, just me. But you want to try to keep it as straight and flowing, just move forward. Next is the stomper. I've seen a lot of people do this, even small people. You don't have to be heavy. Some people, they stomp when they run. They put all this extra pressure on their joints and their ankles and their legs. That's so much unwasted energy driving into the earth, losing all that momentum. Now I know some of y'all are a little hefty. You're a little bit on the hefty side, a little on the thick side. So I know you're not gonna feel exactly like a feather, but hopefully you can kind of just try to glide. Just try to move with your body. When you run, you want to have your arms and your chest elevated, your rib cage above your pelvis, slightly forward, your chin, your shoulders pushed back, your head up, your chin level with the ground. The next people on my special list are my draggers. You all are the people who, for whatever reason, you butt kick and you do all this extra cheerleading like nonsense. You scrape your feet behind you. You lose so much energy when you do this. You need to be putting your energy forward. Yes, your legs are going to be behind you when you're running, but there's a limit. You don't want to have your legs come back that far. I've seen people do this. I'm not making this up. And the antithesis to that, the counterparts to those people, are the people who kind of overextend their legs. They come out too far. When your legs are not touching the ground, you're not moving. If you're not accelerating, if your legs are spending so much time in the air doing all this extra showgirl stuff, you are losing so much energy. You want to hit that sweet spot so it's not too far behind, not too far forward. Now there's about 4 different places that you can actually run. You can run on a street, a trail, a track, or on a treadmill. and they all kind of have their pros and cons. If you're on a treadmill, that's kind of the worst of the options in my opinion. If you're on a trail, you get good distance measurement, but there's lots of ups and downs, which is good for training. But if you really just want to train on a flat track just to get ready for basic training, then maybe that's not the best option for you because it's downhill too, so you're not really getting an accurate time. If you really just want to time train, I would definitely suggest going to a track, going to just a flat surfaced area if it's measured out. I don't like treadmills because you are really not running anywhere. You're really just bouncing in place. You're just jumping up and down in place. You're not actually propelling yourself forward, so you're not using as many muscles. You're not actually using as much energy. You're not really working yourself out. So just be aware of that. Be cognizant that treadmills kind of deceive you when they give you an answer like, hey, you ran a mile and a half in 10 minutes, congratulations, when you actually ran it in like 13 minutes and you're not ready for BMT. So just be aware of that. Trails are okay, streets are okay. I basically trained on streets when I was getting ready for the basic. That's called the basic. Now when it comes to motivation, I would definitely suggest that you get dressed. That's my biggest tip. Once you get dressed, you put on your outfit, you feel good about yourself. You feel like, oh man, I actually feel a little healthier. I feel like I'm not just wearing sweatpants. I'm not just chilling around eating Cheetos in my mama's basement. I'm actually ready to go. I'm ready to work out. When you get dressed, you feel a little bit more motivated. You feel a little bit more pumped, and you want to go outside a little bit more. And plus it's like, well, fuck, I'm already dressed. I might as well go outside. That's my biggest piece of motivation. Secondly, music helps. I know a lot of people will find motivation through music. I typically don't like to run with music because I like to hear myself breathing. Other people, you might enjoy it. You might enjoy the fact that you can make it through a playlist. You can make it through an album. You can make it through a song. It kind of helps you track your progress and helps you be motivated. It can also help you be distracted, and you maybe can start thinking about other things in your life. Other sources of motivation include your friends. Maybe you have some friends in the depth. Maybe you got some buddies from high school or some buddies in college or something like that who can run with you, who maybe are also trying to join the Air Force. My battery is running low, so I gotta cut this video a little bit short. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this video helps you out a lot. If you guys have any questions about running, leave them down in the comment box below. Make sure you, oh my God, there's a fly on my leg. Make sure you hydrate, drink water. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.